Hey guys, welcome to Garth Williams Retouch once again. In this video, I'm going to show you how I created this image in Photoshop. Before I continue, I would like to invite you guys over to my website, and you can find it in the description below. That's www.garthwilliamsretouch.net in order for you to be able to purchase my high-key advanced retouching DVD if you would like to learn how to create images like these. Now, this is the original image, and this is the final image. This was a very simple retouch, but it required a lot of advanced knowledge. Now this is the original, and as usual, I started with some general healing of the skin and lips, obviously because the lips is the focus of the image. Then I went on to do a split frequency where I did more healing, but I further went on to add a really nice extra layer of lipstick on her, and just covered up all the areas that was exposed. Afterwards, I went on to begin dodging and burning. Just some minor changes I did here just to clean certain things up around the lip area, and then I added some contrast. And as you can see, well, to me at least, the color of the contrast, the color changes from the contrast added really isn't what I want from the image, so I further fixed those issues later on. But the reason that I added this amount of contrast was to just get more texture out of the skin. Then I went on to add an inverted high pass, a very low radius. It kind of made things a bit blurry, but that was what I wanted, and I used it mainly in the areas that are further away. So the areas that are more out of focus, that's where I added this layer of inverted high pass. I added another layer of inverted high pass, and again to the areas that are further away, but I did it to the entire, well, a lot of the skin this time, just because with all the contrast added, a lot of the texture was accentuated and it made it look very blotchy. So I had to use the inverted high pass. I mean, not just because of the contrast, but I mean, I usually do inverted high pass, but in this case, the contrast made an issue that I had to fix with the inverted high pass. Then I went on to dodge and burn the image, and as you can see, dodge and burn really does a lot. It does a lot. Well, in my perspective, it does a lot. It kind of makes the image a bit flat, but as you can see later on, like, I added back some shape to the image. I went on again, dodge and burn some more. And yeah, just to make things a lot more smoother, a lot more very clean, because these are close-up images, everything needs to be perfect. Then I went on to add in some depth by using a multiply layer. I added some depth to the image by creating some shadows, etc. Then I went to fix the skin tones. I just made them even. I didn't change anything, but I made it even at this point. Then I changed the colors. Obviously, you can tell by now I like purple because I usually go to magenta shifts like a lot. I really like magenta and pink or whatever in the skin, just to get that little colder feel without actually going blue. So a couple of changes I made just to get this shift. First, I toned down the saturation a bit. Then I went directly to the magenta, just added some to the black so it blended a little bit better, and I just reduced the saturation of the global magenta, and that's how I got this color change. Then I went to some detailing just to make things look a lot more perfect because I like perfection. So I just went on just to clean things up a bit, and I believe that was it. No, I further went on to add some color adjustments to the image. Then I blurred. Yes, I blurred the image, but I blurred in the, and like I always say in my videos, I blurred in the areas that are further away, or the areas that are not supposed to be as sharp, or just to create the illusion that it's further away. And that is a very important step in my opinion, to blur things just so that it don't, just to create more depth. Then I even out the skin tone by adding a gradient map. Magenta, added some more magenta to the darks, and then slightly darken the blacks again, and that is how I got to this point here. Yeah, I did another inverted high pass because I was too lazy. I assumed that is the reason, instead of the dodging and burning. But I did another inverted high pass to the areas that are out of focus. Again, as you can see, I did that a lot. Then I liquefied for the shape, changed the shape of the lips, just made here a little bit more centered. Made the center right here. Then I liquefied again and changed the shape of the lips, and I really liked what I did there. If you like this type of shapes, then you would, then if not, you would disagree. But liquefy is an important step. You don't know how dramatic a liquefy can really change an image. Then I started cloning a bit. Obviously, again, just some details, just for the sake of perfection. Some dodging and burning. At this point, I could have stopped a couple steps ago, but you know, perfection. So I chose to continue. I reduced the saturation a bit in these both layers. It's almost unnoticeable, but that's what I did, and that was the final image. A very quick retouch, in my perspective at least. But when you're really going in there, it actually takes really long and time consuming, as we all know. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and please be sure to like, subscribe, leave a comment, let me know what you think, let me know what you want to know, let me know anything you want to know. Leave me a message on Facebook, and check out my website www.garthwilliamsretouch.net, and be sure to purchase my DVD. I am sure you would learn a whole lot from that DVD. So thanks again, and see you guys in the next video.